Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Bible with the Daily Dabber. Last time, Bible Chapter Z, we looked at chapter 1 of 1 Kings. Adonijah sets himself up as king, but today we'll be looking at chapter 2 of 1 Kings, with David's charge to Solomon. When the time drew near for David to die, he gave charge to Solomon, his son. I am about to go the way of all the earth, he said. So be strong, act like a man, and observe what the Lord your God requires. Walk in obedience to him, and keep his decrees and commands, his laws and regulations. As written in the law of Moses, do this so that you may prosper in all you do, and wherever you go, and that the Lord may keep his promise to me. If your descendants watch how they live, and if they walk faithfully before me with all their heart and soul, you will never fail to have a successor on the throne of Israel. Now you yourself know what Joab son of Zeruiah did to me, what he did to the two commanders of Israel's armies, Abner, son of Ner, and Amasa, son of Jether. He killed them, shedding their blood in peacetime as if in battle. And with that blood he stained the belt around his waist and the sandals on his feet. Deal with him according to your wisdom. But do not let his grey head go down on the grave in peace. But show kindness to the son of Barzillai of Gilead, and let them be among those who eat at your table. They stood by me when I fled from your brother Absalom. And remember you have with you Shimei son of Gera, the Benjaminites from Bahurim, who called down bitter curses on me that day. I went to Mahanaim. When he came down to meet me at the Jordan, I swore to him by the Lord, I will now put you to death by the sword. But now do not consider him innocent. You are a man of wisdom. You will know what to do to him. Bring his great head down to the grave in blood. Donnie. Then David rested with the ancestors, and he was buried in the city of David. He reigned 40 years over Israel, 7 years in Hebron, and 33 in Jerusalem. So Solomon sat on the throne of his father David, and his rule was firmly established. Solomon's throne established. Now, Adonijah, the son of Haggith, went to Bathsheba, Solomon's mother. Bathsheba asked him, Do you come peacefully? He answered, Yes, peacefully. Then he added, I have something to say to you. You may say it, she replied. As you know, he said, the kingdom was mine. All Israel looked to me as their king, but things changed. And the kingdom has gone to my brother, for it had come to him from the Lord. Now, I have one request to make of you. Do not refuse me. You may make it, she said. So he continued, Please ask King Solomon. He will not refuse you. To give me Abishag, the Shunammite, as my wife. Very well, she replied. I will speak to the king for you. When Bathsheba went to King Solomon to speak to him for Adonijah, the king stood up to meet her, bowed to her, and sat down to the throne. He had a throne bought the king's mother, and she sat down on his right hand. I have one small request to make of you, she said. Do not refuse me, the king replied. Make it my mother, and I will not refuse you. So she said, Let Abishag the Shunammite be given in marriage to your brother Adonijah. The King Solomon answered his mother, Why do you request Abishag the Shunammite for Adonijah? You might as well request the kingdom for him. After all, he is my older brother. Yes. Oh, the brothers. Okay. Yes, for him, and for Abiathar the priest, and Joab, son of Zeruiah. Then King Solomon swore by the Lord, May God deal with me be it ever so severely. If Adonijah does not pay with his life for his request, and now, as surely as the Lord lives, he who has established me secure on the throne of my father David has founded a dynasty for me, as he promised. Adonijah shall be put to death today. So, King Solomon gave orders to Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, and struck down Adonijah, and he died. To Abiathar the priest, the king said, "Go back to your fields in Anathor. You deserve to die, but I will not put you to death now, because you carried the ark of the sovereign Lord before my father David, and shared all my father's hardships." So, Solomon removed Abiathar from the priesthood of the Lord, fulfilling the word of God had spoken at Shiloh about the house of Eli. When the news reached Joab, who had conspired with Adonijah, grew with Absalom, he fled the tent of the Lord to hold for the horns of the altar. King Solomon told that Joab fled the tent of the Lord and was beside the altar. Then Solomon ordered Benaiah son of Jehoiada, "Go strike him down." So Benaiah entered the tent of the Lord and said to Joab, "The king says, 'Come out!'" But he answered, "No, I will die here." Benaiah responded to the king, "This is how Joab answered me." Then the king commanded Benaiah, "Do as he says, strike him down and bury him, and so clear me of my whole family of the guilt of the innocent blood that Joab shed. The Lord will repay him for the blood he shed, because without my father David knowing, if he attacked 2 men and killed them with the sword, both of them, Abner son of Ner, commander of Israel's army, and Amasa son of Jether, commander of Judah's army, were better men and more upright than he. May the guilt of their blood rest on the head of Joab and his sons forever. But David and his attendants, his house, and his throne, may there be Lord's peace forever." So Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, went and struck down Joab and killed him, and he was buried at his home at the country. The king put Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, over the army in Joab's position, and replaced Abiathar with Zadok the priest. Then the king sent for Shammai and said to him, "Build yourself a house in Jerusalem and live there, but do not go anywhere else. The day you leave and cross the Kidron Valley, you can be sure you will die. Your blood will be on your own head." Shammai answered the king, "What you say is good. Your servant will do as my lord the king has said." And Shammai stayed in Jerusalem for a long time. But 3 years later, the son of Shammai's slaves ran after Achish, son of Makar, king of Gath, and Shammai was told, "Your slaves are in Gath." At this he saddled his donkey and went to Achish at Gath in search of his slaves. So Shammai went away and brought the slaves back from Gath. When Solomon told Shammai had gone from Jerusalem to Gath and had returned, the king summoned Shammai and said to him, "Did I not make you swear by the Lord and warn you? On the day you leave to go anywhere else, you can be sure you will die." At that time you said to me, "What you say is good, I will obey. Why then did you not keep your oath to the Lord and obey the command I gave you?" The king also said to Shammai, "You know in your hearts all the wrong you did to my father David. Now the Lord will repay you for your wrongdoing, but King Solomon will be blessed, and David's throne will remain secure before the Lord." Then the king gave orders to Benaiah son of Jehoiada, and he went down and struck Shammai down, and he died. Now the kingdom was finally established in Solomon's hands. Well, guys, thank you all for listening. It's been a pleasure. I am the Daily Dabber. And the message is, you're King Solomon, you got enemies. You just gotta deal with them appropriately, Anyways, guys, this is